Hey everyone, welcome back to Consphere, your go-to space for all things tech, trends, and future-proof careers. Today, we're diving into a hot topic, top tech jobs AI can't replace. Yet, with AI booming everywhere, are any roles truly safe? Well, Chloe and Ryan are on the mic to break it down. Stats, real talk, and some surprising insights you won't want to miss. So let's find out what careers still need that human touch.
It's almost impossible to escape the headlines these days about artificial intelligence and, well, the future of work.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. And I'm willing to bet that at some point you've asked yourself the same critical questions so many others are pondering. Will a robot take my job?
It's a very natural concern, I think.
Yeah.
Especially seeing how fast AI is moving, tackling really complex tasks now.
Absolutely. But instead of maybe dwelling on the downsides today, we're going to do a deep dive into something a bit more optimistic. We're looking at AI-proof careers, specifically in the tech sector.
Right.
Think of this as your shortcut, maybe, to getting a clearer picture of those high-demand roles that, well, at least for now, seem relatively safe from being completely taken over by AI.
Yeah, and our discussion today is really sparked by a pretty interesting pieces from a YouTube podcast titled AI-Proof Careers, Top Tech Jobs Robots Can't Replace Yet.
Exactly.
They laid out some interesting points we thought were worth digging into.
Yeah, definitely. So our mission here is to unpack what they found, pull out the key insights, and hopefully, spark some aha moments for you, whether you're actively thinking about your career or just curious about AI's impact.
Makes sense.
Okay, so let's jump in and maybe start with a bit of an irony. AI and machine learning engineer.
Right. It's fascinating, isn't it? The apparent contradiction. These are the very people building the AI systems that are causing all this discussion about jobs in the first place.
It does seem a bit counterintuitive, yeah. You'd almost think AI could automate its own creation eventually.
Well, yes, but the article makes a really crucial distinction.
Okay.
These engineers, they're the architects. They design, they train, they optimize the machine learning models.
Yeah.
And doing that well, it needs a really deep grasp of some fundamentally human things.
Like what?
Advanced math, obviously, but also ethics, big one.
Yeah.
And that specific logic that applies to whatever industry they're working in.
Ah, right. So AI is great at spotting patterns, replicating them.
Exactly. But the groundwork, setting up the frameworks, especially the ethical rules, the nuanced reasoning that the models learn from, that's still very much reliant on human thinking and judgment.
So AI learns what we tell it, essentially. The big leaps, the innovation still comes from people.
That's the core idea. Human insight is still driving the breakthroughs.
And the numbers seem to back this up, right? The article mentioned a LinkedIn report, 2024, I think?
Yeah, it showed something like a 75% annual growth in demand for AI and ML roles over the last 4 years.
Wow, 75%. That doesn't exactly sound like a field about to automate itself away.
Not at all. If anything, as AI gets more sophisticated, we actually need more skilled people to guide it, to make sure it aligns with, human values and real-world needs.
Okay, so the people building the robots are safe for now.
Seems that way.
What about the people defending us from, well, potentially rogue or misused AI? Let's talk cybersecurity experts.
Oh, absolutely. Critical area. And again, the human element is key here because as AI gets smarter...
So do the threats.
Exactly. Yeah. Threats get smarter, too. The article even pointed out that bad actors are starting to use AI to make their cyber attacks more sophisticated. Even AI-powered human hackers.
Which means we need even more sharp humans on defense. Makes sense. The article stressed things like real-time intuition.
Yeah, that gut feeling.
And spotting weird little anomalies that maybe AI wouldn't flag because they don't fit a known pattern. Plus, handling tricky ethical calls under pressure.
And those are precisely the things AI still really struggles with. That intuition. Yeah. Very hard to program. And ethics in a constantly shifting threat landscape. That needs human judgment, adaptability. AI isn't there yet.
And the stakes are just enormous. Cybersecurity Ventures predicting, $10.5 trillion in cybercrime costs?
Annually. By 2025, it's a staggering number.
Yeah. That kind of challenge definitely needs human brain power.
No question. The financial hit, the societal impact, it demands a really proactive, really adaptable defense. And that comes down to human expertise, human innovation.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Something maybe more focused on how things feel to use UX, UI designers.
Right. The people make sure technology isn't just Functional, but actually, pleasant to interact with.
They focus on the user experience, that emotional connection we have with products.
Exactly. And the article hits on a key point here. AI can learn design patterns. Sure, it can replicate styles.
What?
But it struggles to truly understand the emotions driving human behavior.
Right. So an AI might spit out a design that looks good based on data, but can it truly empathize with a user who's frustrated? Can it weave a story into the design that connects emotionally? The article had that great line, creativity can't be coded.
That's it. That's the core difference.
Yeah.
Design isn't just pixels on a screen. It's understanding people, their needs, their motivations, even their frustrations. It takes empathy, visual storytelling, that kind of gut feeling for aesthetics.
Still very much human skills.
Absolutely.
And this isn't just some small corner of tech either. They mentioned human-centered design being huge in 2025 product development.
It's dominant. Companies get it now. A product can look amazing, but if it's confusing or annoying to use, it fails. Simple as that.
So you need that human touch to make it intuitive, satisfying, understanding the psychology.
Precisely. AI can simulate it, maybe, analyze behavior.
Yeah.
But applying it with genuine empathy, that's different.
Okay, moving on. Let's talk about the folks keeping the digital engines running smoothly. Maybe the unsung heroes. DevOps engineers.
Definitely unsung sometimes, but crucial. What makes them resilient?
Yeah, what's their edge against automation?
Well, DevOps, they're the bridge, right, between the people writing the code, development, and the people keeping it running, operations.
Okay.
Their job is to make sure code gets out there, deployed efficiently, reliably, safely. Now, AI can automate parts of that, like the CI/CD pipeline stuff.
Which basically getting software updates out smoothly.
Yeah, simplifying a bit, but yes, AI can automate steps there. But the article rightly points out DevOps is way more than just hitting automate.
So it's not just the code, it's the whole system, the infrastructure underneath, managing the whole process, and even getting different teams to work together.
Exactly. It's a big picture thing. You need that systems thinking, understanding how all the pieces fit, plus serious problem-solving skills, often needing creative solutions, and coordinating teams. That's people management.
Ah, okay. So it's infrastructure, process, and people.
Pretty much. The article called it systems thinking and people management rolled into one. AI can do tasks, sure, but orchestrating all that and handling the human dynamics, still a big leap for AI.
And the demand is definitely there. Indeed reported, a 42% jump year over year in DevOps jobs in 2024?
That's significant growth.
Yeah.
It really shows how complex modern software has become and how much companies need people who can manage that complexity, keep things stable and efficient.
All right, last one on our list, the visionaries, the people deciding what gets built and why. Product managers.
Ah, yes, the strategic drivers. Product managers define the vision, they figure out who the product is for, why they need it, and ultimately make the call on what gets built.
So AI can analyze data, maybe suggest features based on trends?
It absolutely can. Very useful for that. But the article's argument is that AI, right now, lacks that fundamental strategic insight to dream up something truly new, something groundbreaking from scratch.
It sees patterns but can't originate the truly novel idea. The article really hammered on the human skills needed, strategic thinking about the whole market.
Hey, the bigger picture.
Emotional intelligence to get what users really need, not just what they say.
That user obsession they mentioned.
Exactly, that user obsession.
And it's true. Great product management is about understanding those underlying, often unspoken user needs and desires. It takes empathy, market intuition, synthesizing tons of different inputs into a clear vision.
AI gives you data points.
But the human makes the leap to real innovation.
Yeah.
That still needs human creativity, intuition, that forward-looking vision.
And the industry seems to value this highly. They mention product-led growth, especially in SaaS.
Yeah, where the product itself drives growth.
Yeah.
You absolutely need a strong human-led vision for that strategy to work. Someone has to define what that compelling product experience is.
So it comes back to understanding people, their problems, and crafting solutions.
Fundamentally, yes. That connection, that strategic foresight. AI isn't there. Not yet.
Okay, so wrapping this all up, the big takeaway seems pretty clear. AI, incredibly powerful, changing things fast, no doubt.
Absolutely.
But these tech roles that lean heavily on, uniquely human stuff. Creative strategy, critical thinking with nuance, making ethical calls in tricky spots, and that huge one, empathy.
Those are where humans still have a real edge. maybe an enduring one.
AI can boost what we do, automate routine tasks, find insights and data like never before.
But it hasn't yet replicated, and maybe won't soon, that capacity for deep thought, real feeling, genuine connection, or truly original creation.
So, for you listening, if you're thinking about your career or skilling up or just making sense of all this AI noise, it sounds like focusing on roles that play to those core human strengths. Thinking, feeling, connecting, creating. That's probably a smart bet.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
Because, as the article put it so well, AI can write code.
But it can't yet write vision.
Which leads to a really good question for you to chew on, actually. Beyond just these tech jobs we talked about, what other uniquely human skills do you think will stay essential, truly invaluable, in the future of work, no matter how smart AI gets?
That's definitely something we're thinking about.